limited interest. You won't find no better than this.
Alright, let's get straight into this video. So as you can see from the intro, I did a little flashback thing with my last edit with Sanjay here. And the way I did that is with masking. So basically masking is really easy to do in Fusion, right? So there's actually a bunch of ways you can mask stuff. But for this case, let's go straight into the clip, right? So first things first, let's get this part. The part where he's just standing next to the wall, because that part is where you can do the most. As you can see, he has a lot of space around him. He has, this whole wall behind him. He can do, like, you can see the video from, and you get to the last second of it. I'm right clicking right now, and right here is the last second of that clip. So right there, let me zoom in and let me take off everything else. So right here, what I want to happen is I want behind him to play videos of his flashbacks, because right now it's supposed to be like a sad scene and just flashbacks of sad parts of One Piece, right? So what you want to do here is you want to take this part into Fusion, but you don't take all of this into Fusion, because I want right when this smoke goes out, I want him to start having the flashback right here. So I go to the last second. Let me zoom into my timeline real quick. I go to my last second of the clip, and right here I press B for the to cut or to split. Now you go to this part and you take this part into Fusion, right? So right here it's really easy. So all you have to do is you add the polygon. Again, there's different ways of doing this, but you go to the polygon and right here you press invert. So right here you can see what you're masking. Okay, so right here you get this little plus sign and you start masking. My time lapse through this part of the video because it takes just a minute to do, but let's get straight to this. And this, so basically in the beginning you don't have to be that careful, because you can fix it up real quick after, and in my opinion that's a better way to do it, because when you have a lot of dots it can get kind of unorganized. And let me put the smoke in real quick, because that will make it look way cooler. Because if you have the smoke cut out, it'll make it look worse or make it look cheaper. So right here I take this, I get this here, and as you can see we're getting the smoke in. We can outline his head like this, and so it doesn't have to be that specific, because I'm going to show you one more step to make this a lot smoother than it would have been without it. So right here you can get the soft edge right here, and you can make this a little more, so it'll look a lot cleaner, because the soft edge loosens up the edges and makes the video just look that much smoother, right? So right here you keep it on inverted like this. If you do this, it's gonna make everything else stay except for Sanji, which we don't want. So right here you press invert and you do this. So once you do that, you go back to the edit section, and here's where things can get kind of messy. So right here you right click on your clip and you go on change clip speed. So you right click on this clip and you press change clip speed, and you make this freeze frame. There's a bunch of ways to do this. What you do is you just drag this as long as the video above it is going to be. So in my case, the video was really long above it in the edit I did last time, so I had this running for a while. It was like this long. But for our case, just because I'm explaining something, we'll make it kind of short, and we can play anything you want under this clip. Basically, what's happening in this black section is resolve is saying anything you put under this clip will play behind it, like will play in the background of it. So let's do that real quick, and let's say I want to use a clip right here of maybe Sanji crying himself. Like it's that, because you can do anything, you can put any type of clip, so it doesn't really matter. Right here, as you can see, that is happening. Okay, so like the clip is playing behind them. I know this may be stupid, like why would someone do that, but just for explaining purposes, as you can see, the clip is playing behind Sanji. Now this is really important to take note of, because right here you might say that, you know, it's looking a little plain, I don't like this. And for my edit, I used, you don't have to do this, it's just an extra step, but for my edit I used maybe flicker addition. This can, you know, make this differentiate between the two clips. So right here, take this clip, this is the background clip, and you take this to the side, take this into Fusion. You can add some flicker. So I pressed here, I press Control space. I press Shift space, and you go to flicker addition, and flicker addition can add that little bit of, you know, that little flicker effect, I guess, right here. That will work out. So now I'll make it a little different. So basically, what I'm trying to say is anything you put under this clip will work out, even if it's a clip of the same thing, does not matter. And right here, let me play that real quick. As you can see, it works out. So one last step to make this a little smoother is you can take this cross dissolve from the effects library, or from the free video transition library, and add it someplace in your clips. Right here, this of course is too long, so you make this, you go to duration, you go to transition, you go to duration, you make this 0.2 for example, and it'll look something like this. And of course you have to add that here as well, because that's for your actual flashback behind your video. And you add this right here, and this will look a little smoother now. So again, that is how you do this transition. Let me play that back one more time. As you can see, this guy is standing still, he's not doing anything. And if you guys enjoyed this video or learned anything from it, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, helps me out a lot, and peace out.